in Alaska, and we're actually in this beautiful lake that has all these glaciers. And it came from all around us in the mountains and in this lake. And this is what I love, or I discovered that I love about Alaska, are these awesome structures. And you know that it's glacier water because it's a little milky. So for those of you who don't know the story of the salmon or its life cycle, it's actually very romantic. So the salmon gets born up in the rivers, and then when they're big enough, they go swim downstream into the ocean, live their merry lives, and when it's time for them to spawn their own little babies, what they do is they go try and swim upstream up to where they were actually born. So they have this inherent, kind of like a GPS, where they know exactly which river they were born in. And so right now we have some red salmon, or the sockeye, that's trying to go spawn up. And then after they spawn, they die. And then their babies go down into the ocean again, and it repeats itself. So in Alaska, it's very interesting because they have very strict rules in terms of fishing. So their model is actually one of the best sustainability models in terms of fishing. So what they do is they give fishermen a certain time, depending on like the amount of, or the number of salmon that's trying to spawn upstream in a certain region, and then they tell them that these are the only times that they can fish.
Hi, we're Michael and Nellie Hand, and we have the fish company Drifters Fish, where we sell sustainably caught salmon to restaurants and chefs and people who love to eat fish across the country. We just started it this spring. It's our new little business that we do. And this is our boat, the Faraway, that we go out on and catch fish from.
Right now we're catching coho salmon, silvers, and we went out the other day and had a great day, and we got a couple fish that we're going to give you guys to eat. And Fish and Game manages the fishery here in Alaska, and they let us go fishing when there's enough fish up the river, so that they have fish to spawn and come back for years to come. And that's always the #1 goal here in Alaska, is to make sure there's enough fish so that for future generations to always have fish available. And whatever's left over is for fishermen like us to catch and feed people all across America and around the world.
And then we bring it back on here, and it like reels onto here, and we like pick the fish out right here, and then they slide back and go.
I see the better part of you. I see the better part of you. But I'm a monster just like you.
We're at the Alaska State Fair, and behind me are the winners of like the biggest vegetables that everyone or anyone can grow. So look how big that cabbage is. It's bigger than me and Cass and our friends put together. That's a rutabaga. That's a kohlrabi. That would be so yummy in my tummy. This is so cool. So you know, in the Philippines, we have this folk tale called Diwata, which is pretty much like a fairy. And guess what I found in the Alaska State Fair? It's a fairy god veggie.
It's a reindeer dog!
She has the head, gut salmon, fillet it, and then make 7 slits on each side, and she did that in 30 seconds.
That's so cool.
Brand new world record.
We're at the Spinard Farmers Market in Anchorage, and I was actually able to source out some awesome nasturtiums. The salmon that I'll be simmering with some coconut milk, Thai chilies stuffed with tomatoes, onions, mushrooms, and ginger. So yeah. And for the other entrees, I'm going to have a salmon ceviche, which is pretty easy. It's going to be marinated in cane vinegar with tomatoes, onions, and ginger. And then the other one that I'm very excited to be making is called batil patong, which is a dish from Mindanao, and they actually use carabao meat. So I'm actually hoping to source some reindeer meat or some moose meat when I'm here. And then the thing that it's called patong because they put a fried egg on top of these rice noodles at the end. So I'm very excited to make that. And for the dessert, I'm going to be making my favorite one. It's a street dessert called moase, a poached rice cake that's topped with like grated coconut and muscovado sugar wrapped in banana leaves. So yeah.
Trapped in bodies, they're made to rust. It's one that I can break right through. I am ready, how about
I'm not doing this 50 states, 50 feasts, 50 weeks alone. I'm actually partnering up with Feastly, which is an online web-based platform that connects chefs with diners. So go check them out at www.eatfeastly.com and check out where the remainder of my 50 states are going to be, since we're half here in Alaska, at www.eatfeastly.com/Salo. Come follow me in all my 50 state adventures at www.thesaloproject.com or facebook.com/Salo Series or Instagram and Twitter at Salo Series or hashtag Salo Series. Woo! Alaska, you're such an adventure. Portland, Oregon, you're next.